Hello, Captain. Welcome aboard the Naughty Boy, our latest state-of-the-art combat submarine, capable of diving down deep waters and destroying anything that gets in your way. Now, let me brief you on your mission. We have recently discovered underwater ruins overrun by large sea creatures. Your job is to clear the site so it may be suitable for research. Now we understand this may not be an easy task, which is why we provided upgrades for the submarine and have scattered them at the site. Use them to your advantage. We wish for you and your crew a safe return. Safe journeys, Captain. Hello, we're Team Octo Systems, and we're going to talk a little bit more on the development process of Naughty Boy. Naughty Boy is an 8-bit top-down retro shooter game, and it is capable of being played on an actual Nintendo Game Boy console. It is developed entirely in SM83, an 8-bit assembly language. Luckily for us, there's a program called RGBDS, which we use to help assemble our codes. It also allows us to create definitions, so it will be much easier for us to edit important gameplay values. The game is also developed with all the hardware limitations and specifications of the 1989 Nintendo Game Boy, such as only having 8KB RAM, 8KB VRAM, a 4MHz CPU, and only being able to display a maximum of 40 sprites on screen. Here's a little fun fact. The Game Boy stores the sprites in an 8x8 pixel tile. Thus, to form the player sprite for example, we had to stitch 4 tiles together. This can be said the same for the original Nintendo Mario game. Throughout development, we had to work closely with the hardware, meaning we frequently dealt with hardware interrupts and memory allocation. Thankfully, there are some documentation of the Game Boy hardware, even though it is quite limited. There is also a Game Boy development Discord group that we could ask for advice and seek help from more experienced users. Now, let's talk a little bit more on our game. The game has a story that will be played whenever you enter a level. It auto-saves whenever you clear a level, and you will also take note of your high score. This is to allow for some form of replayability and speed running for players. You'll also be able to pause the game or restart it at any time, along with clearing your entire save file if you wish. All the levels were handcrafted by us using the software tiled, and we designed them in such a way that it will slowly introduce new mechanics every level. There are many different enemies with unique behaviors, and the boss fight that we personally had a lot of fun making. The enemy and player sprites were handmade by a close friend of ours. We had a lot of fun developing Naughty Boy and learned a lot about programming closely with hardware. Do check out our game on itch.io, where you'll be able to download it. We hope you enjoy the game.